Alright guys, so here I have just our treble clef drawn here with the staff, so our 5 lines. So we know E, and the space F, and then G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. But first I'm going to take you through, it's called like the musical alphabet, or another word for it would be chromatic scale. Okay, and in Western music, when I say Western music, I mean I guess most of like the classical music that you hear in Beethoven time, Mozart time, all the pop songs, a lot of blues, pretty much everything except like Eastern or any of the I guess not so conventional ways of representing music. Not every culture on the planet uses just 12 notes like we have been doing for so long, but before you get into like 32 note scales and stuff like that, I'd say just master the 12 first. For most of the music that you're going to hear on the radio, or sheet music, classical music, rock and roll, stuff like that, they just use 12 notes. I would say familiarize yourself with the 12 first, and then if you get bored with that, then you can move on to some Indian or some different types of even Arabic music. Yeah, you can get into that if you want. Alright, okay, so we're going to start with C, and after C, we're going to have C sharp. So this little like tic-tac-toe hash guy, whatever, we call that a sharp. Alright, so in between C and D, we're going to have a sharp. So C sharp. So C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. Okay, so anytime you see a sharp, that is going to be one of these black keys. So if I were to go chromatically, just C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E, that would look like this. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and E. So if I were to go to the staff here, and let's play a G. Let's put a G here. So we know that that's a G. So that would be like maybe this guy here, and that would be this guy here. So if we wanted to make it sharp, like G to G sharp, all you would have to do is just put a sharp like that, and I would know that this G is now becoming this G sharp. So that's just to show you how to navigate the sharps on the staff. Right now, I'm going to just show you a little bit more of some ledger lines, how that looks. So we know that the C, if I were to put a ledger line here, we know that would be a C4, our C4 here. If I were to go up to this C here, that would be my C5. But what happens if I want to play C6? Alright, so we know that this is going to be C, so like a C here. Then if we go up to this line, that would be D. Go up to this space, that would be E. Go to this line, that would be F. Alright? If I go right above F to this G, and we're here, if I wanted to play an A, I would have to create a line. And you can simply just draw a ledger line, and there you go. So the staff is actually infinite. We've just got 5 just to make it like easier on the eye. So then we've got A. If we wanted to go above to the B here, and if we wanted to play our C, there you go, 2 ledger lines. Alright, and we can add as many ledger lines as we want. So if we wanted to maybe play a higher E, we could do this. So that would be A, B, C, D, and E. So just know that you can go as high as you want, and you can also go as low as you want. You are not confined to these lines and spaces. Now what I want to do is quickly mix up some of our rhythmic cliches that we have learned and assign some pitch to them. And that's about as far as we're going to go with this crash course. And if you feel that you need more focus on pitch, we do have the next series to help you out. Okay, so First of all, let's just work with some quarter notes. So let's say I wanted to play this. Let's say I wanted to go, so first of all we need to assign us a time signature. So let's go ahead and assign us a time signature. Let's obviously do 4/4. Okay, so 4/4, so now we know we've got 4 beats in the measure. So let's go ahead and play this. Let's go to C5. So we know that C4 is going to be the ledger line right below this low line, but I want to go to C5, which would be here. Alright, so first note we're going to make C5, then a D5, then E5, and then back to the D5. So on our piano here, we would go to C5, D5, E5, and D5. If we wanted to write that, here's our C. And to make it a quarter note, we know we need to add a tail here. Then our D. Then our E. And then back to our D. And that would complete this measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've just represented right here what I just played. I think it's really important for you to make sure that you get very familiar with your rhythmic cliches. Once you are like fluent with your rhythmic cliches, to figure out what the name of the note is not really that hard. If you have like a little key that says, okay, this is E5, this is E6, C4, whatever, there's only so many notes that we can play here, where rhythmically there are so many different combinations that you can make. So even if you see melodies, when you get your sheet music and you see melodies, don't even attach a melody to it first. First, just try and figure out the rhythm with using just monotone. So I would come to this, I would just be like, oh, okay, I'm not even worried about the pitch. First of all, I see 4 quarter notes. So ba, 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 ba. Then if you had your key, you would just come here and see that that was C5. And you get your key and see that that's a D5 and then the E5. So I know I've got those 4 notes. Now I just need to know what rhythm to play them at. Alright? Let's do one more, something a little more challenging. Okay, so I've just taken some of those notes and just added some eighth notes in there. So we know we've got a rhythmic cliche here. This would be a 2-beat rhythmic cliche. All of our eighth notes being together, and we have the same thing here. So if I were to just look at this, I would first just monotone it. So da 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 da. Then I would figure out, okay, this is my C. I've got 2 D's here, and I've got a C. I've got 2 E's, a D, and a C. So you can start deconstructing this step by step. First, start with your rhythm, figure out the rhythmic cliches. Then you can start going and figuring out how many different notes do I have. So I've got 3 C's, I've got 3 D's, and I've got 2 E's. So then you could figure out this first cliche. So that's da 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 da, or your C, 2 D's, and a C. So 1, 2, da 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 da. Now this second cliche, I can see it's the same exact rhythm, and I've got 2 E's with a descending D to the C. So da 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 da, da 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 da. So we've got da 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 da, da 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 da. We'll do one last example. I have mutated the last exercise into sixteenths. So it's the same exact melody, but you can see I've compressed it into sixteenths here. So da 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 da, that would be your eighth, but now this is going to happen within 1 beat. So da 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 da, da 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 da, and then this one da 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 da. So da 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 da. And we see we have a half note here, which is a C, to complete the rest of the measure. So da 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 da. So on guitar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to clarify what a flat is. Okay, so here we have our piano, and we see all the white keys are just C, D, E, F, G, just the alphabet. And we can see that we have a black key in between C and D, a black key in between D and E. Well, we've learned in the video that this black key here can be called a C sharp. So sharp means you're going up in pitch, you're going up, right? But look at this. You have D, but we can also go down in pitch to this black key. So this black key here technically has two names. It can be a C sharp, right here, or it can be a D flat. So we have a word for this. It's called inharmonic, like an inharmonic note. So C sharp and D flat, they are inharmonic because they are the exact pitch, the exact frequency, right? So if we go to D, if we go up to the black key here, we've got a D sharp. But if we start at this E, we can go backwards and we have an E flat. So D sharp and E flat, exact same note. Same thing goes with F and G. You've got a black key there. F sharp, G flat, G sharp and A flat, A sharp and B flat. So if we wanted to represent this on the board, on the staff, let's just take A for example. So if we had an A here, right? Well, let's say we want to play. Okay, so here's our A. Alright, so A, so that would just be this guy here. But I want to play this key, this black key here, which is an A sharp. Well, I can just come over here and add our symbol here, our sharp sign, and I know that this is going to be A because it's in the A space, and I know it's going to be 1/2 step up because we've put a sharp here. But let's say I wanted to play an A flat. Okay, so then I would still just draw a note in the A space, but then to make it go 1 down, a 1/2 step down in pitch, I would just add your flat here. Okay, so any one of these white keys is going to be represented by a line or a space. Then if you want to bring that line or a space up one to one of these sharps or flats, you simply just add a sharp there, or add a flat. So just know that any one of these black keys have two names, but they're the exact same thing. You have your sharp version and you have your flat version, which we will talk about later in future videos. Thank you very much. Alright guys, this concludes our pitch crash course. I hope you got something from this. I know that most of our lessons covered rhythm and rhythmic cliches and stuff like this. I do believe that when starting out trying to learn music and be able to read it and write it and these types of things, you should start with rhythm and focus on it. This was just to, I don't know, kind of show you how pitch and frequency and adding different notes will look on the staff with our rhythmic cliches. If you want to learn more about scales, how to put the notes on the staff and stuff like this, we do have another video course coming out covering pitch and frequency and stuff. In this course, we're definitely going to go way more in depth as far as like scales. So like major scales, like different types of maybe like minor scales, showing you how to take certain modes and mix them up, like maybe like pentatonic and putting in a little bit of a Dorian. different chord progressions, how to know which chords go together. Even different, showing you how to put scales over chords, how to improvise a little bit, how to find those magic notes. Even some like showing you different arpeggios and stuff, helping you map out your instruments. Yeah, so hopefully I see you next time. Thank you very much.